You've probably heard the term full-time travel during your search on how to move abroad, and it might have sparked a big question. Should you settle down in one country, or should you embrace full-time travel, bouncing from place to place? Today, we're going to break down the pros and a few cons on both, so you can decide which is right for your family. Moving abroad or expat life is about true relocation. You choose one country, find long-term housing, register your kids in school, or decide to homeschool and set up your new home base. You create a new routine and community in your new country. It's life as you know it, just in a new place. Full-time traveling or nomadic life, if you decide to record it, maybe you would be considered a digital nomad. This is about continuous movement. You travel from one city to the next or country to the next every few weeks, days, or months. Your home is where your suitcase is. Your routine is constantly changing, and your children are educated through homeschooling or online platforms. Here are some pros for kids when it comes to moving abroad. I always say that the idea of stability is just an idea or an illusion. You can create it in whatever ways you choose. Children get a consistent home, school, and friendships. This is crucial for building a strong social and emotional foundation. Now, like I said, there are more than one ways to create stability. You can have a deeper integration when you decide to move abroad and stay in one place. Your kids will have time to become fluent in a local language and deeply immerse themselves in the culture. They will eventually have a sense of home. They build a new sense of belonging with familiar parks, doctors, and reliable routines. When it comes to full-time traveling, here are some pros for kids. Global education. The world becomes their classroom. They learn through direct experience, seeing history and culture firsthand. Resilience is a great thing your child will adopt. They will become incredibly adaptable, learning to handle change and meeting new people with confidence. This is a great skill. Having people skills is amazing. A lot of people wonder, oh, well, if my child is homeschooled, they'll be so detached from humanity. And that's not the case. Oftentimes when you're homeschooled, you have other ways to meet other kids through groups, locations, or activities. So having the skill of meeting different types of people and what to do in those situations is a high value skill. Family bonding is a huge thing. When you are traveling full time, you are together constantly, facing new challenges and creating memories. Let's talk about financial logistics and community when you are either moving abroad or traveling full time. When you're moving abroad, there is a lot of bureaucracy. It requires more upfront paperwork for long-term visas, residencies, and taxes. And this is a one-time effort. You will probably have an easier experience budgeting the longer you stay in a location. You have a consistent home base, so monthly costs, rent, utilities are predictable. When you decide to move abroad and stay in one location, you will have the ability to immerse yourself in a community. You now have time and opportunity to build deep, lasting relationships with locals and other expat parents. This creates long-term support. If you decide to travel full-time, there is less bureaucracy. In theory, you can often stay on tourist visas for shorter periods, avoiding the more complex long-term paperwork. But honestly, the more you travel, the more visas you will need to have. So that's kind of like an increase in paperwork. Your budget will be more dynamic. Costs can fluctuate wildly depending on where you are. You must be very intentional about tracking and planning your spending. In this case, friendships are often more short term. You can meet amazing people, but you or they will eventually move on. It's a constant cycle of hellos and goodbyes. It's totally up to you on whether you can handle that. Let's talk about some of the reasons why a person would want to move abroad. This is for someone who is seeking a new, slower, more peaceful version of a normal life. You want to escape the American rat race and find a new home where your family can thrive with intention. You may want to travel full-time if you're a person that is wanting to prioritize adventure and a continuous world school for your family. You're energized by constant newness and the freedom of having minimal possessions. This is something that really interests me. I needed something new. Now, will I travel full-time forever? That's not my plans. I could change my mind, but I do want to travel full-time for a significant amount of time and settle down somewhere that makes me feel like home and makes me feel like I just don't want to leave this place. The challenge with both is that neither is a vacation. Both are real life with challenges and responsibilities. The key is to choose the path that aligns with your personality, your family's needs, and your ultimate goal for your peace and ideal of freedom. So, to recap, moving abroad offers stability and deep roots, while traveling full-time offers endless adventure and incredible adaptability. There's no right or wrong answer. It's just about what do you think is best for you. Whatever you choose, the key is to have a solid plan. Start with my Moving Abroad Toolkit to get your finances and timeline sorted. Then for the ultimate comprehensive guide that covers every single detail you can imagine in regards to moving abroad or traveling full-time, check out my 50+ page Moving Abroad workshop. All the links are in the description below. Remember, I'm also here to help. I do offer one-on-one consultations. I hope this was a good intro to what it means to move abroad or travel full-time. See you on the other side.